Too many.
much.
Yeah.
Ano ko eh, grabe kayo ni. Jesus, my gosh. My gosh, cute. Kasama ko ako sa katuligo. Masuro sa katuligo ng importante.
Hi, I'm Jobert Ocao, the online editor of the Freeman, and this is the Freeman Conversations, where we get to talk about the latest stories, trends, and events. Joining me live in the studio today is the chairperson of this year's Cebu Business Month, Ms. Lilo Alinia. Miss, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome
for
to the Freeman
inviting
Conversations.
us.
Our pleasure to have you here. Okay, you are heading perhaps the biggest business event in Cebu every year, and you're heading it this year. Cebu Business Month is focused in innovation. Innovation in action as the theme for this year's celebration. What can you tell us about it, please?
I'll backtrack a bit.
Sure.
Because last year, our theme was Innovate Cebu. No, that was, we wanted people to, focus on innovation. Because when you think about it, it actually figures in all aspects of business.
Right.
But this time in Innovation in Action, Innovate Cebu.
Right.
That was the 2018.
With emphasis, if I'm not mistaken, on technology.
In all aspects of innovation, whether it's technology, whether it's creative thinking, So innovation in action, actually, it embraces innovation as it empowers business. It gives real benefits. It empowers the businessmen, the entrepreneurs, especially the micro and small and medium entrepreneurs, because that's the focus of the Cebu Chamber. And what we want to happen is that these innovations will be able to empower them so that it gives them real benefits. And you will know from what I will tell you about what's going to happen, especially in our conferences, and then drive the business for growth and become increasing competitiveness and also enhancing productivity, efficiency of the business. And of course, strengthen internal capability. So that's our goal, because as you will know, maybe you don't know yet, but the battle cry of the chamber now is connecting opportunities, growing businesses, and creating value. And we feel that the Cebu Business Month that happens annually has to concretize that battle cry or thrust.
Yeah, I believe it should. It should. Okay, what can we expect this year?
Oh,
From the Cebu Business Month. We
From
launched it, we opened it last week.
We opened it last Friday. We had a grand opening salvo. And everybody says, wow, what an opening salvo. Because you will really see a lot of new ways of presenting the Cebu Business Month as we revealed the theme.
Yeah.
And then just to let you know what happened there is we featured the sort of like the first innovation in Cebu, which was our boat, our boat Balangay something.
Okay.
No? So that boat was like an innovative instrument, or a tool by which you can go all over the place. And in fact, at that point in time, we were already trading with China and so many other countries. But that was the motive for the reveal. So we revealed our different thrusts, which is ICT, BPM, and tourism, and the different entrepreneurship sectors. So that's our reveal. But you're asking me about what's in store for everybody. Although we already did a grand opening at the same time for 5 days, we actually had the auto. In partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry. They're actually a mover of the auto, but we wanted to share that advocacy with them, their advocacy. And when we featured 28 booths in Ayala Center, Cebu, to feature our One Town, One Product entrepreneurs.
The launch also was happened at Ayala Center, Cebu.
Yes.
The terraces.
And
Why 28 only?
28 because that's the thing that's available. If we can do more, we could. No? So we featured those. The Pride of Cebu. I mean, products from different municipalities that really very creative and world class, plus affordable. So we featured that the past 5 days. And last Saturday, we did the Cebu International Film Festival, Curtain Raiser.
Yes.
And of course, the Cebu International Film Festival is a member of the Chamber. And the Chamber, of course, supports its advocacy of the Cebu.IFF to be known as a hub also, Cebu to become a hub of the film festival industry in Asia or maybe in Southeast Asia. That's what we are working on. And we featured the film Honor. It's the legacy of Jose Abad Santos. As I was saying during the event, Jose Abad Santos is in the 1000 bill, but nobody knows him. So we had to show him.
Yeah.
You have a very, very beautiful film.
Yeah.
But we wanted to show that film to represent our theme, which is 100 years of Philippine cinema. So we had guests, also those who are stakeholders of the film sector. So that's it. And then we have...
Oh, by the way, Miss, just to expound on it a bit, because others might have difficulty connecting film, business. How can the film industry drive local businesses?
Actually, one of the mission actually of the Cebu.IFF is for film to become an economic driver for Cebu.
Yeah.
Because we have tourism as an economic driver,
True.
correct? We have several, and maybe the furniture, etc., the export sector. But film could be another economic driver because it cuts across so many sectors. It's the film production itself. But when you're going to produce a film in Cebu, for instance, you are going to bring in a lot of people who would be interested to film in Cebu. So that brings in tourism, that brings in a lot of sectors also, like jobs in hotels and even the food catering, because a film is made not in a day, but in weeks and months. So if we're able to attract those investors coming into Cebu, and then that could be another economic driver. The Cebu.IFF has been doing this for 8 years. Will be our 8th year. The curtain raiser is just to kick off that 8th year, but it's happening actually on September. And for the past 8 years, we have screened a lot of films, and those filmmakers who are screened sometimes really come to Cebu and they discover Cebu. And in fact, there was a Spanish filmmaker and a Korean filmmaker said, I'm discovering Cebu. I think I should film and produce a film here.
Any part of the discussion that talks about local filmmakers?
Yes, because there are partners like Binisaya Film. Because the aspect here is to grow our film industry and become also part of the world festival. Is we have to take pride in our own films. So we're partnering with the Binisaya Films and even the Sinulog Film Festival.
Cebu is rich, abundant with talent. Even filmmakers, actors, performers. But the reason I'm asking it is I'm wondering if there are steps being undertaken to also encourage local film enthusiasts, even the public, to patronize local films.
That's actually our challenge. Because what we do is we have we also have what we call the Philippine focus, because we have international films coming in, and then we also have a focus for film made in Cebu and made in the Philippines. And so we have a separate award for the local filmmaker, and we want to encourage that, even film schools and all those in the sector.
What's the feedback so far?
Oh, we were so encouraged because I'm part also of the Cebu International Film. We were so encouraged because at that point in time when we did the curtain raiser, the president himself, Noy Espeleta, was saying we need to work on the 4th pillar, which is the creative sector in Cebu, because it has always been just part of the entrepreneurship, and you know how creative Cebuanos are.
Absolutely.
Okay, we are into entertainment. We are, so. The 4th pillar could be a factor in really fulfilling that mission of becoming an economic driver and making Cebu a hub for film production.
Fingers crossed tightly.
Yes.
We'll reach that goal. Okay, Miss, the other activities
we have. The other activities is, of course, we have Let's Work in Cebu City. There's a job online campaign for the whole month with My Nemo. And then we have the MSME industry ed tour. So this one we actually did yesterday. We finished with about 40 entrepreneurs going with us to visit big factories. Like we visited IPI, and we visited Virginia Foods and GT Cosmetics. These startup entrepreneurs or small micro entrepreneurs who were with us, it's like they learn best practices, seeing how big factories are at work, no? So and then they get to meet also owners of the company. So we had in IPI we were able to meet Dennis Wong, no? And then in Virginia, of course, they had a very, very comprehensive presentation there. So we saw how the food products are processed, no? And then in GT Cosmetics, we also value how the conceptualization and that goes into the cosmetics.
Yeah, and a very inspiring story of
inspiring
behind
story
the business.
behind it. No?
We
The
had
engineer,
owner,
Stefane, no?
right.
Very,
like
very
here
inspiring.
before.
So we were left with the 40-something entrepreneurs who were with us. They were so inspired, motivated, and encouraged. No? And they looked at, okay, this is like a benchmark. This is like what could happen to us if we go step further and level up.
Okay, I'm interested in the work in Cebu project.
Cebu. This is with
That's work in Cebu City. Yeah,
This is online.
Yeah.
But actually, we also have a jobs fair next week, which will happen in Waterfront.
Yeah. Am I correct to say that this is the focus is to encourage people to work in Cebu City? Is that it?
The employers are here in Cebu, and they're encouraging also people to work.
Yeah. The reason I'm asking, Ms. Lilo, is that there's also a school of thought that we should bring jobs outside Cebu City to decongest the city.
This one is actually, we have employers. This one of my Nemo is just the regular thing that they do online, but we're just trying to give it focus. But the one next week is we have about 60 employers who will be recruiting, and then we're actually focusing on who are in Cebu to be recruited.
Okay.
So this is in the area of manufacturing, construction, and retail, and some other ICT is also included, but within this area.
Okay.
And we have a huge event next week. So I'm inviting everybody.
Please. Yeah.
I'm inviting everybody because this is the Entrepreneurs Summit and Expo. On the first day in June 12, that's when we open our expo. The expo is actually
that's
open
Wednesday,
to the public.
right? June 12.
It's called Cebu Innovation Expo. No? So we rebranded it a bit. No? So actually this one will have 3 features because we're going to have academic fair, we're going to have the jobs fair, and then an industry fair.
Okay.
Plus there will be talks happening in the staging area. So we're inviting everybody to be there as well, because there will be some talks. And I think they can check it out online, cebubusinessmonth.com, because they have to register when they go to because we want to capture data also.
Okay.
And then we want everybody to already, get used to registering online.
Well, the thing for this
Because
year
it's
is innovation. Yeah.
And then the digitalization is very important for us, no? So this one is a 3-day expo, and then we have a lot of booths that covers real estate. We have, as I said, the jobs fair and the academic fair, and then we have also tourism, and then we have our own entrepreneurs, different sectors who will be there. Okay, the significant one that you can really say that we have something that's innovation in action, because people ask me, what's unique about this Cebu Business Month? And it's innovation in action.
Yeah.
So I will tell you more about it.
Yes,
no?
yeah.
So okay, so our program is actually so hectic. It's so hectic.
Looking at your paper.
Yeah, looking at my paper. We had the keynote speech of our Secretary De La Peña, the Secretary of the OST.
Yeah.
And then we also have the presence of DTI Secretary to speak about ease of doing business. But we this is well curated, especially by our president, Nonoy Espeleta, because before he became president of the chamber, he was actually our entrepreneurship's chair, no? So he can't be just the president now. He has to finish his job as entrepreneur chair, no? So he curated this himself, and he's very active on putting all of this together. So we asked ourselves when we did the entrepreneur summit, like, what's new? What are we not seeing?
Right.
So this will be a discussion about anticipating disruptions and looking at trends in the market.
Okay.
So we have a very important speaker. It's actually Leave a Nest that will come all the way from Japan. People ask, what's Leave a Nest? Because Leave a Nest is actually gives us that impact of a game changer, because this is a group that's more focused on science and technology, and they're into projects as human resource, advancing science and technology. But what's also important for us is that they have projects like the entrepreneurship project, where they focus on technology startups that they help grow into a seed and goes into business in technology and innovation. So we want to take a look at this group. No? This will be sort of like a best practice that we want to see. No? And then we have, of course, there will be Amazon Web Services, because they will tell us about trends. And then
Amazon already has an office here in Cebu.
So he will be coming, I think, from Singapore or something.
Okay.
Call to action. What are people most concerned about?
The
business. What are they concerned about? So we have a portion in the talk that will cover ease of doing business, and then is government as enablers. And then we will talk, that portion we also have about cashless economy, financial transaction through the mobile phone, so we're trying to catch up there. But there's also leapfrogging our competitiveness. We have Ed Sahagun, the CEO of Freeman Solar, and then there's a discussion about the talent gap. I think a lot of companies are concerned about building the millennials for the future.
I remember also in one of our discussions with the chamber officers, I think 2 or 3 years ago, we also had quite a discussion on the talent gap, and schools are not responsive to the needs and the demands of the business sector.
So we have Professor Christopher Mentorola, a doctor. He's head of School of Innovation, Technology at AIM, Asian Institute. He will be here. But the other concern of business is about retail electricity, reducing the cost of business through electricity, diba? It's so expensive. If you compare it with other countries, it's so expensive. So we have speaker Edsel Paglinawan.
But this is with particular focus on Cebu, right? Okay.
So we have that. I think we have Aboitis Power, Catherine Del Villar. And then we go to a call to action, innovation in the marketplace. So there will be a discussion about FIRE. And FIRE actually stands for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. So there's a discussion about that from Eastern Communications and also from the PLDT Enterprise, driving disruptions with data analytics. No? So we have to have a better understanding with the data. What's good about the new technology and the World Wide Web? There's more.
Data-driven,
it's data-driven. You can actually make better decisions that way. And then we have in the evening CEO networking night, but it's by invitation by PLDT.
But the other talks and discussions is open to everyone who registers.
This one is, we actually have a fee because this is 2 days, and we want to encourage people if you want to be in this session, this conference, which is very, very valuable for business if they want to move forward and be ready for the future, now and the future. Our fee is 3,000. But if you will register online, it's 2,500. If you're the first 100, you get a rebate because we'll give you a PayMaya e-wallet of
the
500.
3,000 if you on-site registration?
No, now you can, if
Ah,
you
right.
want to register, not online,
Okay, that's 3,000.
yeah, that's 3,000. But if you go online, because we're encouraging our
Mm.
businessmen, our entrepreneurs to,
Yeah.
be digital.
Yeah.
Encourage them. But
Yeah. Is there a special price for small businesses?
actually, that's why we want to encourage
This is the
them.
one, okay.
This is the one.
For the online
Yes, for
registration.
the
Okay.
online. And then in day 2 of the conference, we have actually innovations in enabling financial and technology instruments. So we want to encourage them to let them know about going cashless, digital marketing, financing options that are available online. And this one also, I think we have the Security Bank Capital who will talk about alternative financing options for the SME. And then in the afternoon, we have actually lunchtime. This is very important, especially if you're a member of the chamber, because we're working on a B2B app. No? So there will be a fireside chat. There will be a discussion about this because we're announcing the B2B.
Okay.
The chamber members were about 800 plus, and you can do business B2B within the platform. So we're creating that platform. No?
Okay.
So actually, you are able to enrich your
This
through
is a
this.
phone application?
Yes,
Okay.
we're working on it.
Okay.
We're building it, but it will be in phases. But what we want is the entrepreneurs, members of the chamber, will come in and then they establish themselves online, and then we can do business together. Like me, I'm into marketing. I can do business with a member.
Okay.
Through that platform.
Okay.
And then so we have that, and this is very interesting, and it actually gives us a concretization of innovation in action. We have breakout sessions, and these breakout sessions madugo when we actually put this together, because there are many people who are involved, especially our interp chair, who's our president, Spileta.
Yeah.
Because we call this action session. These are breakout, but we now call it action sessions. No, this action. Tabi ano pa ito? Okay. Session 1. In session 1, we have the establishing the angel investing program in Cebu. Okay, and we want to recruit angels who are willing to help financially the startup.
All right.
No?
Okay.
So kani siya. But this session is we are going to have a reverse pitching. In the past, which means that in the past, the tech startup will present his app or whatever technology or platform.
We'll pitch to the business.
And then pitch to the business or to the industry. It's reverse. The business or the industry sector will come in and say, this is my problem, this is my priority, this is my challenge. What can you do? Thinking about maybe doing an app or a technology that can help me solve my problem. So it's reverse. So we're going to feature these industry entrepreneurs who will pitch to the startups. So we have here the would-be potential angel investors, and also the ones who will make a presentation as will pitch. They will give a pitch, and then we have the startup tech who will be there. So
should be interesting.
It's very interesting, but what will happen is doesn't stop there, because that's the innovation in action part, because this is just a program of the conference, but there is actually a concretization for each of these action sessions. That's why we call it action sessions. It will go beyond, because we will help create an ecosystem where this will thrive, together with the Department of Trade and Industry. So DTI is really a partner here, because there's a mover. A government enabler for this particular concept,
You can never address all concerns. It's just one.
So, kuan siya, there is a follow through and concrete steps. Action session number 2 is more on digital tools already. So we're going to make a presentation about a concrete example of Prime Software. They have their 25 years in the software business.
Mhm.
So they're going to make a presentation, local businesses going national,
Mm.
and then operating seamlessly because you need to have that internal capability.
Ah, yeah.
Okay? And then there will be a presentation of Union Bank because people say, Union Bank may say, we're a technology company. But excuse me, we're also a bank.
Mm.
No, but
Yeah, yeah.
what they're actually saying is they're very technology driven
Mm.
bank. No? So we're going to have the what's next here is the digitalization roadmap for
Mm.
MSMEs, which the chamber is really working out.
Mm.
Going back to that B2B, it's
Yeah,
actually that, no? So for you to be part of that platform, you need to be digital. You need to be out there already, no? Online or your internal system is, the operations. Okay, so that strategic growth with digital tools and enabling your internal capability and achieving online customer experience. That's the one.
Yeah.
You have internal and then the customer experience. The third session is also very, very important. Our take on this is what you cannot measure well, you cannot manage well. No? So
Makes
this
sense, yeah.
particular thing is more on professionalizing our accounting reports and accelerating our tax compliance. No, businesses we have to be compliant. No, so we have diagnostic on state of reporting versus standards. That's with SGB. Advice on how to comply with standard reporting, Pricewaterhouse, and then roadmap to tax compliance. But this one, when you're going to attend a conference, you're going to choose already which one you would need to step up in your business.
Okay.
So you attend
okay.
1.5 days, which is plenary, and in a sense, the action session we say tax compliance. That's the keyword. I need to be in that session.
Okay.
Digital. I want to go digital. I have to be in session 2.
Yeah. These sessions are will be simultaneous.
Yeah, because it's a breakout. So we
Breakout
have 1, 2,
sessions.
3, 4, 5
So you really
breakouts.
just have to choose. You
Yeah,
cannot
you choose. You cannot attend. But if you're many companies and this
representatives,
accounting, your
right,
accounting
right.
department will attend this, your IT department or your marketing department will attend this. The third one, so actually, what's the follow through? Because we're thinking, because of the MOA, that we may be, it's still in the works, MOA will pick pa, no? And there's going to be a clinicking for members. So there's going to be a follow-through meetings wherein, okay, I need this. I'm in this stage. I'm not compliant. No,
Yeah.
I'm in this stage. What will, how can you help me or something like that. So the organization PICPA is also helping us out so that
This is the organization of
Yeah.
Certified Public Accountants.
yes. The session 4 is innovation in agribusiness. So we're working with the Department of Agriculture. We're working with cooperatives and farmers cooperatives and then get them all together because we will we listen to the priority programs of the Department of Agriculture and Innovation and we identify the gaps because we have the farmers groups there and then work on that gap. Do something. What will be, creating an agri ecosystem. No? So, mana siya. And then get together, how will we be able to address gaps and, create something that will work within the ecosystem that we want to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last breakout, because on day 1 you have the DOST RISE, Regional Invention Contest and Expo. So sa third day, i-reveal na ang awards kinsa nakadaog. No? So we reveal who won in that award. So then the DOST will have a session and a forum also, no? And then on science and technology and also their programs. And then we're going to have the awarding.
Yeah.
Time na sa
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it. We want to invite everyone because this is important. You can't wait another year for Cebu Business Month. It has to be now.
Yeah, and listening to you, there is a lot to learn from all these,
Yes,
from
there's
all
a
the
lot to
speakers,
learn.
from the breakout
We
sessions.
hope that through this platform of yours online, that we'll be able to reach to more people because that's going to happen already on June 12.
Yeah.
No? The expo will be opening. And then if you want By the way, to exhibit in our expo, we're still open. No? So June 12 to 14 is our expo, Cebu Innovation Expo. That's within the Cebu Business Month. And then we have a conference. We have the DOST RISE Regional Invention Contest on June 12. And June 13 and 14 is our conference. So it's a full pack conference.
June 12, that's a Wednesday next week. That will be the
Wednesday,
start of the expo.
Expo.
Where is the expo going
It's
to
going
be?
to be at Waterfront.
Okay.
The Pacific Ballroom is where the expo is. The
Okay.
DOST will be in the Arctic Hall, and the conference will be in the Mediterranean.
So the biggest events in the Cebu Business Month will be happening at the waterfront.
Waterfront.
Cebu City Hotel, alright?
Yes,
will go to
Cebu City Hotel. Okay, and since Ma'am Alice is not here, and it's important that I will tell
Yes,
you
please,
about
yes.
it, no? Okay, so I'm the only one because Ma'am Alice is busy with something. So, okay, so it's the Tourism Innovation Forum.
Yeah.
This is going to happen on June 18
Okay.
at the Marco Polo Plaza, Cebu. And then this one, it's a one-day event. Our registration is 1,500. No? It will be in Marco Polo. So of course that includes our lunch and our two snacks. No? So sulit. No? And this one is, what's important is because we have to align with the innovation in action and digitalization of our MSMEs. So our stakeholders will be gathered here. Stakeholders in tourism, travel agencies, tour operators, our hotel, resort, and restaurants, our different sectors that are within the tourism.
Yeah.
No, our LGUs, no, tourism.
Right.
We're inviting the municipalities, their tourism officers to attend. And then, of course, this is supported by Cebu Province and the Department of Tourism.
Of course, yeah.
They're very, very supportive of this, of our tourism activities. Because the other one is Lumbaglaag, which I will quickly tell you about.
Yes, please, yeah.
But, so we'll start off with embracing innovation and technology in the first session. So what's good about this is it will tell you and ask you, or tell you, innovate or die.
Okay.
If you want to survive in the business, you have to adapt to technology. No? So because you have to leverage technology to make a better thing out of your business. So we have digital transformation for the travel and tourism industry. And our speaker is Donald Lim. He's very well known in the digital world. Application of innovation in tourism. There's what you call experiential tourism and virtual reality by Ryan Yu. No? He's one, I think, no, of Metaverse. And think outside the box. And then there's a portion which is really very important. No, that we have invited the former DOT Secretary, Dr. Nina Gabor.
Okay.
She's very well known in the industry. She's going to talk about faith-based tourism. As we all know, 2021, where we're celebrating 500 years.
Yes.
We want to get ready for that. What is it for tourism? No? So there's a discussion on the significance of the 2021. No? So,
Will
so
the
this will be
religious sector be participating in this? They should be, right?
I hope, but I think they're the proponent. I mean, this is really their but we will be expecting, like, if we were expecting the president of Spain to come, or maybe the Pope who is also invited. I mean, it's really Christianity about our faith. No, so we value our faith, and you know what sets it apart sa other tourism destination? It's our faith-based tourism. It's our Christianity.
Yes.
No, that
We are the seat of Christianity in Asia.
in Asia. Can you imagine? If we talk about the beach, everybody has beaches. Of course, I'm proud of our beach, but faith.
What makes us different
What
from the
makes us
others
different?
in the context of tourism?
Okay, so and then there's a discussion about picking low-flying fruits by June Ventura. I mean, this aspect also, we're going to go back to the basic. Wow, we have very good, tourism attractions and all, but our roads are dirty. Our hotels are this and that, no? So maybe we'll go back to.
I hope this will also include a discussion on behavior, people, attitude, culture.
Definitely.
Sure,
No?
right?
So,
Yeah.
but also there's a panel discussion. This is also very significant. What innovation is done to address real issues? Because there will be discussions about data privacy, about sustainability,
Yeah.
and responsible tourism.
Yeah.
Diba? The DOT is saying more fun in Cebu, more fun in the Philippines, but actually they're already saying it's more fun forever. And we can only have fun forever if we will look at the sustainability
Yes,
of our
yes,
tourism
absolutely.
and become really responsible
Yeah.
tourists also. You know, how can we make our tourists also responsible
Yeah.
when they come? No?
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so and then success stories. People want to hear
Yes,
success
yes,
stories
yes,
because
yes.
these are models, no?
That's true.
Okay, so there will be a discussion about sports tourism, about farm tourism, food tourism, amusement, and film tourism. So we have Rico Navarro who's going to talk about sports
Yeah.
from Ateneo to Cebu.
Yeah.
Farm tourism, Danny Ortiz, I think he has a very successful Adlawon Vocation Farm. Our very own chocolate queen, Raquel Choa, will be discussing about curated food trip in food tourism. Amusement tourism, we have Frances Amy Tio, and we all know Water World is being constructed.
It's gonna be okay, yeah.
But they have a success story, which is the one in Iloilo. And then lunchtime before that, we're presenting our world-class Cebu Safari.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to present them.
In the north.
Because we're proud of them.
Yeah.
So, and then film tourism. We have a speaker coming in from Singapore, Jimmy Tai, who's the CEO and executive producer of Silver Media Group. Because what he's saying is, you have to convert your silver into gold. Because remember, the film is like silver screen. You have to convert it into gold. How you make money through the film tourism, that's could be something that's interesting. So after that, because the stakeholders
this is just happening for a day?
Yeah. And then everybody's there, the different stakeholders, and we want to thank the Department of Tourism for the huge support to the Cebu Chamber and the Cebu Business Month.
Yeah.
We're going to do a call to action because, you know,
that's a more important
that's
thing. What do you do with everything you've learned?
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So, we're inviting everybody, those who are in the stakeholder sector, even those who are in events management.
Yeah.
We encourage them because, you know, it's
any registration
MICE is
for this
also,
one? Any registration?
The registration is 1,500. So it includes the lunch and the 2 snacks. This will be in Marco Polo. So it's also supported by Marco Polo.
Is there a number of maximum participants?
No. We have about 300 to 350.
Okay.
But it's almost like that, so
but if they can register as soon as possible, then
please.
You also encourage registration online registration. Yeah.
Online registration.
Very quickly, I'd like to ask you because of course government will play a huge role in business, in the state of our the business industry locally. Well, he's going to assume office on June 30th, but incoming Mayor, Cebu City Mayor Edgar Lavalli already said he would want to propose business permits to last for 2 years instead of what do you call getting it every year.
That's a good development.
What's the thought? What are your thoughts on this?
Actually,
do you think this will help?
I can speak for my business.
Yes.
But you know, we're still discussing it in the chamber, but it helps. You know, something like that it's like you have a toothache every year. You know, so it's quite a challenge because you line up and sometimes you end up like you're not able to sum, because it's in January and you have to line up and everything. It helps if you can do it just like a passport. We don't have to line up every time because it's already long term.
Yeah. So this will be
that's part of ease of doing business.
Yeah.
And we really welcome that.
Okay. Well, what are the disadvantages aside from lining up every year? It's a yearly headache when you have to what's the word? Get a business permit, or you have to have your business. Essentially, you have to have your business registered
Yes.
every year.
Every year
Every
you have
year.
to renew your.
Yeah, you have to renew your business.
You have to pay your tax and everything.
Yeah.
And then that's not the only thing, huh? You have to do your garbage fees. So many. That's so many actually. It includes so many other aspects of.
Yeah. Do you think this can encourage? Because he says he would want to ease the state of doing business in the state to encourage more investors to come.
Yes.
You think this can encourage more businesses to come?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it will.
All right, Ms. Lilo, words to the public.
Okay.
There's a lot that's going on.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
gonna
lot that's
happen for
going
the
on,
next
and it's we're
2 weeks.
over.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about Lumbaglaag, but
Yes, please.
okay. Lumbaglaag, I will show the poster thing. Ha? Yes. Open to the public, the Lumbaglaag. I better show you the poster. This is the poster of Lumbaglaag sa Cebu. Okay? You know how important this is? Because this is another project that the chamber has been doing for the past 3 years. It will be our 3rd year. The past 2 years was in the south. So people are now discovering attractions in the south. And then now it's going up north. So it's northwest.
Yeah.
So we will be discovering, it's a race. It's like a tribute to Amazing Race, but it's also like Suruy, but it's Lumbaglaag sa Cebu, no? So it's a project of the Cebu Chamber of Commerce, and we actually coordinate with the LGUs to do
because
this.
they will be part of it.
Yes, and then also the hotels along the way and attractions, no?
What's gonna happen here, Ms. Lulu? Exactly.
Actually, we have our target is 25 teams.
Okay.
And these teams, 25 teams of 4 members, but it has to be mixed gender. So in the team, if it is 4, maybe 1 is lady or maybe 2 is boys or whatever. But this one, they are given tasks. It's not a race like, we count how many the road trip is, but it's more of how long you've done the task. Last year, you know what was the biggest challenge last year? Was to do the puso. I don't know what's the biggest challenge this year, but now those racers last year were saying, no, if it's only 5 pesos, I will even pay more for the puso. How hard to make it. But this is a race to discover our attractions in the north to the west. But this is discovering food, discovering our culture, our heritage, discovering the attractions in the different areas going up north to the west.
What are the challenges this year?
Secret.
So
because this is a contest.
Okay.
And the winner actually gets 100,000.
Okay.
Oh, and then the second wins 60,000, and the third one is 30,000.
Yeah.
So we already have right now 20 teams that are registered. It's going to be on June 21 to 23, so we still need 5. So I'm encouraging those who are watching, come on, you better join this. This is something really exciting. And for students, for example, students or a tourism stakeholder, they actually can go to those places and appreciate it more.
Yeah. How many LGUs are participating this year?
A lot. Because it kicks off in Consolacion, the whole north to west, no? We're visiting all of them. In fact, last May, we visited Balamban and Tabuelan and San Remigio and all those places, no? So those municipalities will figure. But we don't know, the Cebu Chamber, we don't know the task and the disciplines that Habagat, our partner, will be doing. It's a huge secret that they're protecting, so we don't know what will happen.
But this is going to happen again on June 21
to 23. Quickly lang, I know we're closing. We have business in golf on June 20. No, it's going to be in Alta Vista. And I mentioned already Lumbaglaag. We're going to have the How to Franchise Your Business. It's a seminar in partnership with the Philippine Franchise Group. And then we have the Grand Chamber Awards.
Oh yes.
The Grand Chamber Awards. That's the.
Isn't it supposed to be at the closing ceremony? of the business month?
It's not really closing
Not
because we still have the
necessarily,
Cebu, but this one is where we recognize. It's actually a grand chamber night recognition and fellowship because all our members are invited to network and but this one we're recognizing because it's institutionalized or we're recognizing the entrepreneur of the year. Edda will be there to interview the entrepreneur of the year because that will be the headline for the next day. So we have also the countryside investor of the year, the young entrepreneur, and the corporate social responsibility company. And we're not sure, but we might be able to choose an innovation, innovative entrepreneur. And if there is such a nomination, we're going to have the inspiring woman of the year.
Interesting.
And this one, we have a gift for those people who will be attending. It's only 1,500, no? But we are going to have a full show in Marco Polo.
Okay.
We're bringing in the Ryan Kayabyab singers.
Wow.
For a full concert.
Yeah. Wow.
To give everybody a treat for a hard month's work.
Wow, nice. Okay, Ms. Lilo, to recap, please, the major activities they can look forward to for the rest of June for Cebu Business Month.
Entrepreneur Summit is very, very important because this is the learning, the learning component of our Cebu Business Month. So invite you there. And then the expo, please visit our booths at Waterfront. It's June 12 to 14. With the Entrepreneur Summit, it's June 13 to 14. We have the Lumbaglaab on June 21 to 23. We have the Tourism Innovation Forum on June 28. We have the Grand Chamber Awards on June 28, 18 na itong Tourism Innovation Forum. And our last event, the second to the last event, which is important, is for millennials, the Cebu Entertainment Expo, Cebu, where you will find the millennials who are into animation, cosplay, game programming, and then the comic.
Where is this going to be?
This is going to be in Robinson's Galleria. This is the creative group. We have visitors coming in from Manila, from Comic-Con to Animation Guild. We're going to gather and have breakout sessions for these different organizations. And then we have 2-day expo. So we're inviting those who are interested in these sectors, no?
If they want to know the full lineup of activities,
yes, they can go to www.cebubusinessmonth.com.
Do you have an
You can register
Facebook
there.
page
Yes, we
for
have
Cebu Business
also.
Month? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So the
We
list
have
of activities
Facebook,
should be there also?
Yes, the list of activities. And you can register online. You can get more information and learn more and promote your products. Be inspired. Let's all join the Cebu Business Month activities.
A lot of learning for the rest of June in this year's Cebu Business Month. Of course, this year's event is headed by an organizing team headed by Ms. Lilo Alinio. Thank you so much for being here, and well, congratulations in advance. A lot is going to happen for the rest of the month, but congratulations, yes.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yes,
because we know that people are watching now.
You're welcome. And for the rest of, for the latest updates on the activities of the Cebu Business Month, you can read everything in the business section of the Freeman. Of course, our business editor and business writers headed by our senior writer, Eden Ago, covering activities of the Cebu Business Month. Thank you all for joining us today in this edition of the Freeman Conversations.
We have to end with this because it's innovation in action.
Right, yeah, innovation in action. Thank you so much for joining us in today's edition of the Freeman Conversations. I'm Jobert Octo, the online editor of the Freeman. Join us again next Friday as we continue to talk about the latest stories, trends, and events here in the Freeman Conversations. Have a great weekend, everyone.